Good morning and welcome to the mini service broadcast for May the 3rd, or the fourth Sunday of Easter. We have our final section today from Acts chapter 2 and see a summary of the life of the early church following that amazing day of Pentecost when 3,000 people were added to the fledgling Christian community in Jerusalem. I'm going to read the passage. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers. And awe came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles. And all who believed were together and had all things in common. And they were selling their possessions and belongings and distributing the proceeds to all as any had need. And day by day, attending the temple together and breaking bread in their homes, they received their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having favour with all the people. And the Lord added to their number day by day those who were being saved. Last week I said that wherever we find ourselves in terms of faith, the important thing is to keep moving forward and not to stop or stand still. And I led a prayer of Sir Walter Raleigh, asking God to disturb us, to dare more boldly and venture on wider seas, to push into the future with strength, courage, love, and hope. Well, this passage this morning has the power to do just that. Every time I read it, I am both excited and challenged. I would love to be part of a church in Britain where genuine wonders and miraculous signs are happening as normal. As a curate and vicar and rector, I've seen glimpses of these things, and that excites me. Some of Jesus' words in the Gospels about healing in particular give me a hunger for more. Yes, please. I would also love to be part of a visible church in this country that just keeps on growing. I did my curacy in Aberystwyth, in a church with large Sunday congregations and many students attending. Since then, I've led village churches with smaller congregations, except at special services. I would love to be part of a church where new members are added by the Lord day by day. That excites me. What do you think? Would that excite you as well? I'm excited, but I'm challenged also. I'm challenged by the level of unity among such a large group. How is that possible with over 3,000 people? I'm concerned about the having all things in common and what that meant. Who oversaw those things? Who made sure it was fair? Might it have been a freeloaders' party at the expense of the harder working and more prudent people? What's your response? Does it challenge you? And yet, by any reckoning, it is an inspiring and amazing sight. A welfare state within the early church where nothing like that existed outside. A daily pattern of worship and learning and fellowship. People eating with glad and generous hearts. People praising God. People having favour in the eyes of society. Brilliant. And yes, it didn't last all that long. It doesn't take long for the situation to change, but it changed because of persecution. Persecution that led to the church being scattered. It didn't change because there was something wrong with that early model. The model of the early church was great, and it asks me some serious questions. It asks me if I am generous enough. It asks me, do I hold my possessions or do they hold me? It asks, how do I care about those for whom life is so much more of a struggle? It challenges me in the whole area of my devotion, my prayer life, my discipleship, and in my worshipping life. A challenge that is actually helped by this lockdown due to coronavirus. It asks us all, is our faith, mine and yours, merely some kind of outward clothing, or does it pulse in waves from our very heart and soul? We're not called to be members just of some religious club or members of a historical society, however interesting. No, we're those who have come to God through Jesus Christ. We've been forgiven, made right with heaven, and given the gift of the Holy Spirit. And we are now placed in just the best place to live for God, to be friends of Jesus Christ, and to be the hope of the world. And so a prayer this week from the Thy Kingdom Come resources. O faithful God, help us to find our way through the crowd to you. Grant us faith to rip off the roof so we may see your face. Help us not to mind the mess when we bring others into your presence for the first time. And if we should ourselves be paralysed by fear and indecision, bless us with friends who will place us before your eyes and entreat your healing. Amen. And remember, wherever we find ourselves in terms of faith, the important thing is to keep on moving. If we fall over, to stand up, brush ourselves off, and keep on going. And now a song that helps us to set our face and seek the Lord. I will set my face to seek the Lord. I will set my face to seek the Lord. Give my full attention to my God. I will listen for his voice. I will listen for his voice. I will set my face to seek the Lord. I will set my face to seek the Lord. Give my full attention to my God. I will listen for his voice. I will listen for his voice. My wonderful counselor, my teacher, reminder, revealer, my healer, my strengthener, repairer, refiner, my Jesus, my Saviour, my wonderful God. Forerunner and finisher, my conqueror, deliverer, restorer, my hammer, my fire, uniter, redeemer, my Jesus, my Saviour, my wonderful God. I will set my face to seek the Lord. I will set my face to seek the Lord. Give my full attention to my God. I will listen for his voice. I will listen for his voice. Creator, defender, my maker, instructor, commander, my warrior, my shelter, my helper, my leader, my Jesus, my Saviour, my wonderful God. My shepherd, my gatherer, refresher, rewarder, protector, inspirer, provider, my portion forever, my Jesus, my Saviour, my wonderful God. Wonderful God, 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 wonderful God. Thank you for joining me this morning. Look forward to seeing you next Sunday, and there are other opportunities during the week where you can join as well. Many thanks.